Hey friends, Mayor Moreno here with recaps from our July and August City Council meetings. Now in summer, we only meet once a month. So it's, as you can imagine, a month of vacations and kids out of school and staff taking vacations and a lot of residents taking vacations. And so things are I don't want to say slower, but there's a lot more pushed into shorter time frames. Maybe that's a good way to look at it. So I want to give you the recap from our July 13th, 2021 meeting and our August 10th, 2021 meeting. So I'll start with July. In July, and I'm just kind of giving you a brief overview here, one thing we did is we authorized the city manager to contract with Workbench. And this is using grant funding, some regional REAP funding. And what we're looking at region-wide is being able to put together some standard ADU, accessory dwelling units. You might think of them or hear of them called secondary units, second units. To do stock plans for ADUs to make it easier when, let's say, a resident comes and wants to add an accessory dwelling unit. So if we have some stock plans that are available that individuals are interested in, then it makes the process easier and less expensive for them. So that's one thing that we approved at that meeting. We also adopted a draft resolution to acquire some right-of-way property at Del Rio and 101 for the work that will be going on up at that intersection. Let's see what else. Awarded construction contract for pickleball courts. So construction is to begin on pickleball courts. I know a lot of people are really excited about that. We also had a preliminary discussion about our general plan update, which is starting this year. This will be a very long and robust process. And when I say long, I'm talking about 1.5 to 2 years. A lot of public outreach, and we really want you to be involved. I want you to be involved. This is all of us looking at what do we want our future to look like, in the next 20, 25 years. So this is us all planning together. So you can also go online and actually get informed about whatever you want to be informed about. So if you want to get informed specifically about meetings specific to the general plan update, you can do that. Reach out to me if you need information about that. Let's see, we also approved the Improvement and Reimbursement Agreement relating to Del Rio 101. What that means is the work that needs to be done up in that area, there's already a developer that is doing work on their property for some commercial development. And so they are going to go ahead and do the work that we need to get done, and then we're going to reimburse them for it. So things are starting to move at Del Rio, which is exciting. Now let's look at the August 10th meeting. At the August 10th meeting, we authorized the execution of a contract for just over $480,000 for radios and portable radios and mobile and portable radios for police and fire. And this is using our general sales tax D20 funds, so Measure D20 funds, which is largely about close to 80% of those funds in this 2-year budget cycle are budgeted for police and fire, meaning personnel and equipment. So this is part of that. We also authorized the execution of a contract for just under $115,000. They'll be fully covered by grant funds. And this is to look at preparation of objective design standards and small lot subdivision standards. So again, similar to what I talked about with the ADUs in the July meeting, is a way within our housing element to make it easier for someone to come in and, I'm not going to say easier, not easier to build housing as though anyone can just come in and build housing, but simplify the process. So hopefully that makes sense. We also confirmed the cost of weed abatement. So we had 53 parcels this year that unfortunately chose not to abate their weeds. And this has everything to do with keeping all of us safe and reducing the fuels in those weeds that can lead to some really significant fires. And we do a really great job here in Atascadero. So there are 53 homes that the city had to abate for the homeowners, which then of course goes onto their property tax roll to get reimbursed. Finally, we received the annual report on the D20 funds. So one of the things that we committed as a council and as a city is that we will be very open and transparent, which we always are, but we want to we want to do even more. So we're kind of going above and beyond. And we said with the D20 funds, we want to provide an additional measure of transparency and reporting to the public. And so what we're doing is we're putting together an annual report to show all of you where that money is going. Now, of course, you can go look at that online. You can be at any of the meetings, and we welcome that. And I know not every resident has the time or maybe inclination to do that, but you will, similar to the F14, the road funds, when we send that out and we show you where all that money went, that's what we're going to be doing with D20. You should see that. You should probably see that in the mail mid to late September if all goes well, but that's the plan. So that is the recap. As always, if you want more details, I will put the links below to the staff reports. So you go to the agenda packet, and if you look at the agenda itself, you can click on any of those links and go right to that staff report. And of course, you can always go to SlowSpan and see the actual meetings themselves. So that is it for now. I hope you are having a wonderful summer, enjoying things like our concerts in the park. We've got, of course, movies in the Sunken Gardens now, and we've got our big weekend coming up soon with this weekend with our dancing in the streets and our Hot El Camino nights, which is fun. September we got cornhole coming up, but just a lot of good things. So I really hope you are enjoying summer in Atascadero. Bye for now.